man, you already know what time it is. Your boy DC on Fly, man. You're now listening to The Juice at KBOB 89.9. You dig? You, man.
Yo, 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 what is up? What is up? What is up? It's the Juice Radio Show, and we are here in
Uganda. We're here in Uganda, Africa, guys.
Yeah, and I'm here with my star-studded cast. Go ahead.
Wavy the Great.
You already know what it is. It's Tilla's son.
Wiki, yeah.
We here. It's a big time difference from where we are and where y'all are.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time y'all watching this, it's like 3 a.m. where we at and 6 p.m. where y'all at. But we here, we getting it in. But we also have some special guests with us here today.
Special, very special. They came and everybody knows and love
with
them.
us. We got the World One Development here alongside with us. Came all the way from Tulsa here with us, and we've been enjoying this trip and we've been having fun. So, guys, tell us how is your
first
experience.
Introduce yourselves, because we don't really know who you are. We just know that you World One Development.
So this is your girl Damali from World One Developments, news you can use, and NYCU.FM.
Just like that, live from Uganda 2024. The mission is happening. We love being here with the Juice, the other team members, and today we officially became the Solid 17.
Hey,
what's up with that?
What y'all know about the Solid 17?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us how has y'all experience been here? I know y'all been here before, but what makes this time different from the last time?
I would say what makes it different for me is the fact that we are here with 17 people. When we came before, it was only 7 of us, and we were able to do a lot of great work. But with 17, there's a lot more hands and feet.
Yes.
So we were able to get a lot more done, in the last couple of days that we've been here. Today was a day that we got to work at the church, and we actually got to build a house. And so, just doing some of those things has, it's been a blessing. It's just really been a blessing.
I would just say coming for the second time is we are back. You come one time, it's an experience. And you're just trying to figure it out that first time. My first time to Africa, my first time off the continent, and I was scared of the shots, baby. That was the first thing.
Hey, me too.
You too.
Yeah, I remember that.
I didn't have to take no more shots this time. I got to take the malaria pills because you got to be safe. The biggest thing is showing back up. You can't fake showing up. The Molly and I and the team. Shout out to Pastor Rodney Gray and the rest of the team, the Magnificent Seven that came in, and we promised them we'll come back. And a lot of times people don't keep their promises. We heard that a little bit today, but I'm glad we kept our promise. I'm glad the team came back together. They grew, we grew, and we putting that back together to help the community. And then God gets the glory out of all of this. You know what I'm talking about? God has to put you on your heart to travel 9,000 miles. We call it Pacific Ocean. They call it the pond, but either way it go, we back in here in Kamuli, Uganda. We having a good time, y'all.
Yes. Guys, look here. Today, me and Tilla, what we do today? Build houses. Come on. We didn't build houses. Tilla got up there. I mean, he was.
That was after they was throwing me bricks like they was football players.
Well, yeah, I was shuffling. Yeah, I was doing my little shuffle with the brick and
man.
Here.
I ain't gonna lie, we probably dropped like 1 or 2 of them.
And, broke them in half a little bit.
But other than that, it was actually pretty fun. Like, it was just doing something different and giving back. It just felt different, At least to me it did. And so, but
well, at least I get to go home and build me a house. I'll tell y'all that. At least I get to go home. Yes, I'm gonna build. Yes, so I could be 16 with my own house, baby. Look here, I just need to learn how to put the roof on there. That's it. Put the roof on there. Dude, I built the house. Have me a little shed going on. Put my bed up in there. I'm good.
Hey, let me ask y'all that, because we came and asked y'all the Juice, a young team in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and y'all been doing great work. Y'all go to DC, y'all go to Atlanta, y'all go to Memphis, but this is Uganda. This is Africa. This is the motherland, the pearl of Africa. It hits a little different. So how has the experience been for you guys versus maybe what your expectations were?
You want to go? Because I was going to go.
First.
Okay, good.
She said,
So, because I already had something to say. Okay, so basically, from what I was thinking when I first came, I was like, everybody was showing me stuff on Facebook saying like everybody was poor and they really need help and they be crying, which yes, a lot of people it's not living the wealth like how we live, but they look like they're living good lives. Nobody's crying, nobody's upset. Everybody's living the good, happy life. Everybody's happy. And to me, they look rich. They come with their dashikis, they dress, they shirts, they motorcycles, everything. They look well. I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all need to stay off Facebook. Y'all need to stay off Facebook because everything look well. They look happy to me. Now, everybody was telling me, oh, they sad. They gonna come up to you. They're gonna try to do this. No. They love us. I tell y'all that, and they're very respectable, and everybody is very talkative and everything. And I just love it. I love the energy. I love everything about it.
Man, that is good. Big Tiller.
Well, for me, like I said, we had a conversation earlier this morning, and I was telling y'all, like, for me, coming over here, I kind of put into my mind to like not have expectations and just go with the flow and let it what it is be what it is. And so like for me, that's how I took it. So since leaving home and getting on that plane, it has been a journey for me, and it's been like there have been times where it's like eye-opening and seeing like what's really real and like how the world actually works around, like not us, but like works around itself in a way. Right. And like being able to come over here and be a part of something different. We moving on the other side of the clock.
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
And so like it's different. Like like the days feel a little bit longer than what they do back home. Like while it was 12 o'clock, I was like, dang, is it like 4 or 5 yet? Because I don't even know,
y'all,
but
it's Wednesday for y'all. Wait, no, it's Thursday for y'all. It's Thursday for y'all, but it's Friday for us.
Mm-hmm. And so it's just
In the future.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just that change is, I don't know, it's kind of to me it's mind opening in that it didn't put a lot on my expectations because I went in with the open,
Right.
But everything I'm coming back with, oh man, it's crazy when I make it back to Tulsa.
So I know if this is you guys' show, right? So
Mhm.
you guys supposed to be asking the questions, but I have a question for y'all.
Okay.
So what did you guys think about the flight over here? How did you adjust to that?
Very long, very long. Oh my goodness, it was so long. That was about the longest flight I ever been on. Like I thought going to California was long. No, that ain't nothing compared to what we do. But honestly, going on we went on 4 planes. On each stop in each airport, it was a lot to see, honestly. And just coming from an airport, some of the airports looked like they was malls. I thought it was a mall.
One in particular.
Yeah. And then going, just actually flying and looking out the window, seeing that the water, seeing the Red Sea, seeing all the different places, seeing some of the lights, like some places that you think they probably don't even have, like cities or homes, and have all those lights. They have them there actually. It just opens my mind, honestly. So it makes me want to travel more overseas than just around the United States, and to go see more of my culture. It wants me to come to Africa and explore more of Africa. So
that's a good answer. Yeah, really good answer.
For me, the flights, I would say they were long as well, but like it was hard for me to sleep on the flights.
Yeah,
like like it wasn't. I don't see how y'all can get comfortable and sleep on the flight.
I was slumped.
I couldn't do it. Like I ain't gonna say I took a nap here and there, but like eventually I woke back up. I watched like 3 or 4 movies, but for the majority of the time, I listened to music. I ain't have the luxury of the window seat, like so I was I just had to focus on, like, I just watched the flight as it was going over, and so like that's how it was for me. It was long, but also, again, it gave me time to think about life and like what's going on, and just living.
Gives you a break.
Yeah, a break from working and like always having to, because you know, when back at home, like we always on social media, having to be working out all the time. But here it's like sometimes we our phones won't even let us because we can't even get connections. So it's like freedom, you know?
Especially
like you were saying, like sometimes it's like freedom, or not Pastor Gray was saying it's like freedom, you know, like even though you in jail, you freer than you was when you outside. And so that's how it is. Like, you know, sometimes we feel free with our phones, but sometimes it can be like a box we locked into. When we own it, we locked in, stay in, but when we away from it, we free. And so that's just how it was. That's how it was for me. So
I just want to make this comment because I know y'all got a star-studded lineup.
That's
sitting in front, so we can't be on here very long. I just want to just commend you guys for coming over, for making the adjustments, for being a great example to the young people of how partnership, because we got all different ages, from 70 all the way down to how old are you?
16.
16 is what we dealing with. That's a lot of different generations, but it shows with the love of God how we have all come together like a family in a very short period of time. And because we've come together as a family, we can leave and come to a place like Uganda where there is a need, but we can work and we can serve together. So I just want to say, for Juice, y'all a great representation of Tulsa, of young people, and radio. You know, y'all do radio. I've been doing radio for how long? 7 years, Tilla, you and Trey?
I've been doing it for about that long.
2 for you, but y'all forever. So thank you for taking the show on the road, because now instead of just being in Tulsa, y'all are international. So congratulations. So that's my last thing.
So my last comment, or the last thing I want to say, is I concur with everything that Charles has said. You guys have worked really hard. Like I was really like, not that I was shocked, because you know people try to say like American kids, y'all lazy. Y'all showed me something today. Y'all got up there and y'all got with it. You know, so I'm really proud of y'all. And so for people who don't know, you can go to World One Development, our Facebook page, and you can actually see the work that the Juice actually did today. And as a matter of fact, you can see all of the videos that we are putting up and posting every day. The Juice, y'all need to share those videos on your page. So make sure y'all do that.
Hey, when you say my mom,
your mama,
my mom,
her mama's sharing all the videos.
Ever since we got on the plane. Ever since we got on the plane.
She's not the only one. My grandma on there too.
Oh, your grandma on there too?
Yeah, I don't know if y'all seen
your grandma's name. That's what it is.
I'll tell you when we get off.
Okay,
here,
don't tell everybody. yeah. But you guys make sure that you are paying attention and that you're watching, because we are really doing some great things. I mean, we're jesting and joking a lot, but I mean, the folks here in Uganda are so appreciative of the fact that we showed up. Like Charles said, you can't fake showing up. And so we've showed up and we are doing great things with them and for them. We're working together. Not only are they getting from us, but we're getting from them. So you guys just make sure that you're watching and just watch the journey.
And we out.
Yes.
We
thank y'all. Thank y'all for joining the show today.
Love y'all.
And say love y'all too. Y'all
nothing
right.
but love.
Star-studded guest coming onto the show. We have Pastor Gray joining us. Don't do that, man. You supposed to be young, man. Young.
I told you. Did I not keep up?
You did. You did. He was out there throwing bricks with us today.
Past my bed hour. But
I know, man. I know. We trying to get you there. You know, you got to hang with the young folks tonight.
I'm doing it.
Yes.
He's staying up, y'all.
Yeah. So, man, Pastor Gray, can you tell us how has this trip been for you, even though you've been here, even though this is how many, like your second or third time?
Actually, it's my fourth time in Uganda.
Okay.
Fourth, y'all.
Okay. So
fourth time.
So what is different now than it was the other 3 times you've been here?
Every time is unique because we got unique folk coming, each time. My first time I came, I brought 6 actually youth. And we partnered with some other old folk. You know what I'm saying? I like the youth. I like to hang with y'all. Y'all keep me young. But each time it's been rewarding because you see the appreciation of the people for what we're doing. And I don't know about you, every time I ever go, I learn almost as much from them as we give to them. You know what I'm saying? And not only the appreciation, I love what you said about how, we get this wrong impression that they got the hand out and all of that, but their hands are out doing work. helping each other.
Yes.
And then, and you know what, really brought a tear to my eye is how they were outfitting us with dashikis tonight. Was that? I said, no, they didn't.
They got us clothes, y'all, for Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, look at you.
Look at you.
Yeah.
See this right here? This is
that's one of the men's
trays right here.
Y'all see that? Living lavish.
And the thing I love is how we raise support. But there's no joke what they're doing with it. How many families did we see today? We saw at least about 10 or so families 15? That we got to 15. And we were just trying to show some love to them. But to see the people here helping each other, the people that have helping the have-nots, and they're trying to turn this village into, a real city. And my hat is off to you guys. Because we couldn't have done it without your strength, without your commitment. And we are turning a village into a city. That's what my thoughts are.
Well, we couldn't make it. We couldn't make it here without you. Honestly, we couldn't make it here without you.
Without you, we wouldn't even be here sitting at this table.
We wouldn't even be thinking about Uganda without you.
We appreciate that.
I know. But the reason I thought about you is because of what I knew that you would bring to the table. Because I got a chance. Trey's dad, just tell me, the Juice need to go. The last time we went, he said, this is a trip that the Juice need to go. I said, yeah. Then I got a chance to hear your broadcast. I said, yeah. So that's why I'm so glad y'all are on the trip, because not only do I see it benefiting Uganda to hear what you're doing, I just knew what it would probably bring into your life. And I'm just so excited to hear, what it's doing for you. And not only that, the fact that you are a McLean student, I was pushing for that, you know what I'm saying? Because I went on campus trying to find, is there a McLean student that would go? And Lady Z is with us. But then they told me that there was a 16-year-old. I said, say what? On the Juice? I said, we gotta have her. Said from 16 to 75 is on this trip. And the thing that's so beautiful, every generation, from the teens to the 20s to the 30s to the 40s to the 50s up to the 70s, is here. And it's beautiful to see all of them working together in unison. You don't always see that.
No, not that many.
No, Mama be looking down at daughter saying, I know more than you do. But look, we were learning from you guys.
Right.
I hope y'all learned a little bit. Did y'all learn something?
I learned a little bit from
we
you.
learned a lot from y'all.
Good.
You know, because y'all got past experience. Y'all been here before, and you know, it's our first time being here, so we have to kind of follow y'all into where we go or what we do, because we're new to this and y'all true to this.
But I'm gonna tell you, I got a true confession tonight. True confession.
Is it gonna make me drop a tear?
I was kind of jealous last night. I'm kind of mad now, but I'm trying. I'm saying this to get off my chest because when 11 o'clock hit and I was ready to sleep, yo, it's just man, party. Y'all had it going on in your room. I said,
we had to.
Them young folk. I said, look at that. Yeah, but I y'all didn't keep me up, but I was mad because I can't do that no more. And then managed to get up for breakfast. I said, how did y'all do that? But I only say that in teasing, but I'm honestly, you bring a strength and you bring a zeal to the team that helps us to take it even further. And you'll notice the population actually in Uganda, over half is your age and now. So they need to see somebody like you from across our pond that can relate to them and say there's some possibilities for you, you know, to make it in life. And that's why they just been loving on you. That is. You're right. You're right. But I just so appreciate what you guys are doing. But
I have a question for you.
Okay.
So you said you've been doing this for 4 years. Now, listen, I'm trying to figure out, how did you even come across coming to Uganda?
Well, well, actually, you know, I've been Uganda, but you know, I've been traveling since '89 overseas. But we got to Uganda because I was on a mission group. I was on the board of a team that does world travels, and so my buddy who runs it was coming here to do a work in Uganda. And at the time I was running in Tulsa, a youth organization with our kids. And we used to go different places. We went to Guatemala, to Mexico, and different places like that. But then he said, yo, we getting ready to go to Uganda. And so most of the kids with me, you know, okay, it was cool going to Mexico. It was cool going to Guatemala. But most of my kids have origins in the motherland. So it just hit my spirit. I said, yo, can we bring some youth on that trip? And it did so much for the youth that came with me that year. So my whole thing was, when I found out he was going to Uganda and it was an opportunity for me to bring some youth, I said, I got to do it. Because I know when I was a youth, I used to hear stories about, you know, Africa, you know, Tarzan and all of that. You know, that was fake. But then I also heard some of people from a different complexion would talk about Italy, talk about that place, and they had been there. And I'm just, you know, I was just sitting in my seat and saying, I wish I could do it. So when the door opened up for me to travel, I said, I want to reach back, and those students who may be at their seats like I was, dreaming about it, I said, we're going to make your dreams come true.
Okay.
So the first time I did this, we had about 20 kids that came into the room. And with Youth at Heart, I said, you know what? Youth at Heart is a make a dream foundation. You dream it, we're going to make it happen. So of that 20, I had 6 of them that locked in. And they ended up taking the trip because they locked in. That's why you're here. Don't you know, I had a bunch of other youth that came to the plate but didn't do the trip. But you guys made a commitment, and so my life is about helping youth to follow through on your dream. When you make the commitment, we want to see it come to pass.
We really do appreciate you allowing us on this trip. We really do, because like, if we wasn't here, we probably just be at home thinking about
talking about Africa. Oh well, they in Africa.
Wish it could have been me.
There you go.
But yeah, we're glad that we had this opportunity to be here and actually get to experience it. And so, like, I have one more question for you.
Okay.
What is like one thing that you really enjoy about coming back to Africa?
The faces of the people that we've helped, and to see where they have progressed from the last time I was there.
Mm.
My first trip here was in 2011,
Mm.
and they were just starting the Youth for Charity missions. They had started in 2008. And it's funny how I met the guy, Pastor Stephen. He wasn't a pastor at that time. He was just over this organization. And before I met him, I was locked into coming on the trip, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was with another group, and we were going to another mission in Uganda.
Mm.
But one night, I happened to be in my office, and I happened to be on looking at my emails, and I get an email from a guy named Stephen Caperi, who I didn't know from Adam. And he says, I've got a youth group here in Africa, in Uganda, and I would like to connect with you if I can. I see you work with youth. I get those kinds of things all the time, this one, that one, that. But it just stuck in my craw because I said, dang, we getting ready to go to Uganda, and this brother's coming. And so we just hooked up. I said, hey, look, I'm going to be there. Maybe we can meet. And then what happened was we just clicked. We connected. And so the thing that I'm saying is there was a young group, they were in their 20s, that was in their group. And then when I brought my youth in, it just inspired them to see the growth that they were taking. And then they asked me the question. They said, how can we change Uganda? And you know what I told them?
What you tell them?
Because I didn't know how they could change. But I pretty much spoke hope. I said, you're on the right track. You can do this. And so we've been mentoring them ever since then. And since then, the person we met named Silver, he's working in the office of the president of the country, working with youth.
Mm.
Then we've got another one named Innocent, who's also working in the mayor's office.
Mm.
And then we've got someone who is a mayor that we prayed for him to get that, now wants to move from the mayor to the parliament. And so what keeps me coming and keeps me joyful is to even see Stephen, who started out with this small group, now is taking over a city. So what makes me so happy about coming back is to see the progress that people make and see the love that they have for what we do. We got some other folk in here that we even got some more McLean folk in the house. Did you know that?
Oh yeah.
We got 3 McLean folk over there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, holla.
Well, all right, man. We appreciate you coming on here and talking to us for a little bit.
Yes,
and so
indeed.
yeah, man.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Gotta catch them Z's.
I gotta get up. If I can get up. Oh my God, y'all been kept me out kind of late. I can do this.
All right, man. We're gonna be right back here tomorrow.
Okay. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you for coming on in.
Okay, so now we have a couple of more guests coming from where? McLean. Oh, he coming. He right here next to me.
Yes.
Now, who am I here with?
This is Mr. Darren Williams, social studies teacher, AP African American Studies teacher, McLean High School, 4929.
Hey. Okay, who else do we have with us?
Who you got next to you, man?
Zamaria Watkins, a former McLean student, graduated this year. Yeah.
Okay. So could y'all tell us, like, what has y'all experience been since being here? Like, how has being here changed you, or
how has it
impacted?
impacted
you. I don't know why I say that.
I think she wants me to go first. Interesting question, because of course, as a teacher, I'm looking at things in different ways, and there are multiple.
You're a social
levels.
studies.
Yes,
Get
that's
that right.
Social studies teacher. But things are occurring for me on multiple levels. A couple of the others have already said it. One of the things that I didn't know or expect to have the kind of impact on me it did is seeing you all and what the trip is doing to you. As a teacher, obviously, my responsibility is observing students, watching what is happening with students. And so to see you, one of my students is actually here, but to see what is happening with you all is doing something for me that is untold, completely unplanned. I didn't expect at all for that to be something that made a difference with me.
How does the trip impacted on you?
Oh, the trip impacted me. It made a pretty good impact because as a person who has never flown out of state before, out of the US is bad. But like for this to be her first international Mrs. trip, it was a good one. The experience is overall wonderful. The community, getting to see sights you ain't seen, getting to experience what books, like what's inside the book, but like in real life, and get a better understanding. Personally, it's good. It like opens your eyes more, and you'll learn a lot. Like it's hard to express, but like it's a joyous experience, moments, and it's good recommendation.
Okay.
Let me say a little bit else to that, something else to that. When I was your age, was in high school, old people always do that, right?
Well, we're gonna claim you as Pastor Greg. Y'all both young. Y'all ain't
all right. But at your age, when I was your age, the world taught us to hate Africa. The world taught us not to be proud of that. The world taught us that there was nothing good to come out of Africa. But to see people your ages embrace this trip and the experience the way you are, that's one of the ways that your being here is impactful to me. I wanted to make sure I didn't forget to say that part.
Honestly, that's because you don't really see a lot of people, especially coming out of Black people, especially coming out of school, and it's very young, actually doing stuff like this. Like, who do you know that's 16 coming out of a Black school that's going to Africa doing mission work? Who do you know?
Wavy the Great.
Exactly. You only know one person, really, unless you can tell me otherwise. But I have a question for the both of you. Okay, so with this trip being very impactful on you guys, what is the most grandest time that you had for these past 2 days that we've been here? The most grandest, like the time that made you almost tear up.
She's too slow. I know mine. when we drove up to the center last night, and when they saw the bus coming up and the people started shouting and dancing, welcoming us to the center there,
like we were celebrities.
Oh my God, that reached me so deeply that as soon as I got off the bus, I went straight over there to the dance and get mine in, because it was like, they drew me to them. That's been the biggest for me.
I'd say the same, because like it's all about the experience, really. And coming into Uganda, like where we are now, it's like the sightseeing, then to get the like hear, see, and like get a feel of what the community is like and how the people actually are. It's wonderful. Like Africans, like they're beautiful people.
Okay. Do you have any questions before I say anything else?
I was going to ask you, like, what is something that you not something physical, but what is something like that you plan on bringing back with you to America?
Oh, that is a good one. And I don't have long to think on it. I know I got to get to it. I think I actually talked to Brother Charles about this on the bus yesterday. Difference in America, actually, we do pay for school. It's just different, done a different way. But they have to have, they pay school fees to go to school here. What I want to take back to America is the idea of generating some friends and other donors and supporters where we can adopt a population of students to pay their school fees.
Okay.
I'd help contribute to that, but I'd take back what I've learned and seen and express and tell my family and everybody else who knows that I went on this trip / journey, and I'd tell them about it and like the impact and good experience that came out of it.
Okay. Well, have one more for me. So, you know how he already asked what are y'all gonna bring back. Now I'm gonna ask, are y'all if y'all was to come the next go around, what would y'all bring back to Uganda?
What would I bring next time? Probably hope and humility.
Mm.
And those two things, because I believe, my personal belief, all Africa will be saved. That's the hope. And the humility is that I owe to make whatever difference I can. I owe something to this continent. And so those two things, what I would bring. I'm going to bring.
I would bring hope and souvenirs. Souvenirs from Tulsa, yeah. So they could
from Tulsa.
So they could have a little bit of us, just like they're giving and us receiving a little bit of them.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, what about you, Tiller? Because I heard on the bus that you said you want to bring some things back.
I did say I wanted to bring some things back. I did say I wanted. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to. This time before we left, I waited the last minute. Like some of y'all may know, I have a thing for sneakers, so I have a whole bunch of sneakers, and like I did have some that I didn't wear, but I honestly didn't know which ones to bring, and I wanted to give them away, but I waited the last minute to do that. And so like the next time I come back, I plan on bringing like clothes and or hopefully some shoes or something that I can give that I personally don't have a need for. You know what I'm saying? Like that is just me being able to not only that, but also bringing back the ability to help out more. Like, you know, like not like I was told that, you know, shoes and clothes is not always what they need, but that's something that's for me, and I feel like I should bring that because that's who I am and it represents me. But also I should bring back, like, you know, something that can help them that fits their needs, like how he was saying, like help them with school, like, you know, do something like that, or like, you know, even being able to bring a couple of books so they can learn on their own, you know, just stuff like that, you know, help them advance,
help them grow.
Yeah, for themselves if they want to do it themselves, because, you know, sometimes some people learn better by themselves than going to school. Right. So, you know, just being able to help out more and give that helping hand. So that would be for me.
Yes, I personally, I would love to, if I can't come the next go around, but I would love to like donate clothes, because I have a lot of clothes that mostly that's brand new that I don't wear because I didn't grew out of them now because I don't wear them. I have a lot of books. I have a lot of Dr. Seuss books. I have a lot of those, and I know those kids would love those Dr. Seuss because they're colorful and they rhyme and they funny. I have a lot of those books. I have a lot of cooking books. I have a lot of books about animals, everything. So, like books, they can have not just regular old books. They can have numbers. They can have spelling. They can have cursive. They can have writing books. They can have anything, because I have a lot of books. And like I said, clothes, everything. I have a lot that I can give back to them. But I don't really know about the next year going around that I'll be there, but I will try to send something back.
Okay. Well, we appreciate y'all for coming on and talking to us for a little bit. And so, thank you guys for being here with us. I hope y'all having a fun time and enjoying Africa as much as the juice are. Yeah, it's just, and I hope y'all taking it all in. Because by the time we get back home, it's just gonna feel like, dang, I wish I can go back tomorrow. And so, but yeah. Thank y'all for being here and joining us on the show tonight.
All right. Thanks for having us and
No
giving us the
problem.
opportunity.
All right.
Juice, juice.
Thank you. All right. So we got two more guests coming to the stage right now,
Take a seat. Take a seat.
So yeah. Man, you enjoying yourself so far?
Yes, I actually am.
Okay. I'm glad you are, because I'm having a blast. I honestly am. So go ahead.
Who are you two fine young people?
Vince Carson, Vernell Bell.
How are y'all doing?
Great.
It's wonderful. Are y'all ready for some questions?
Sure.
Okay. Now, what we've been asking everybody, kind of the same thing, just switching up word for word. Now, this is what I gotta say. How long have you been coming to Uganda?
Oh, this is
Before
my
I
second
just-
time.
Okay. What about you?
And this is my first.
This is your first. Okay. For number two, coming here the second time. How do you feel about this time? What makes it different from the first time?
One of the things that really stood out is the size of the group.
Okay.
And the group is able to roll their sleeves up and help to build a house, and also to help with the building of the church. And so just having more bodies, more hands on deck made the work a lot less.
Mm. Okay. What about you, Mr. Bill? If this is your first time, how do you feel about your first time coming to Uganda?
Excited, very excited about this trip
Okay.
and about being here with you guys. There's an energy that young people bring that is irresistible, and you share it, and you cause old folk like Pastor Gray and I to really perform. We have to step up our game. But yes, the energy.
Okay. You have a question for them?
Yeah. So on our way, while we were into the city, we were actually sitting in the back of the bus and talking about the money exchange. And so would y'all be feel free to explain it a little bit more, and how has that part impacted you while being here, having to, when we talking about the shillings and whatnot, we're also comparing it, okay, when we bought backpacks and went to the markets and whatnot, they said that something was about 40,000 shillings, but in US it was something totally different. So could y'all
Can you
tell
explain
us
how much it is in shillings from US?
Okay. So right now the exchange rate, $1 is about 3,600 shillings. And so when you start doing the math and you start calculating, then you're okay. Pastor Bell's an expert at this now. He's been carrying the ones over pretty good now.
he made a cheat sheet.
Yeah, he got a cheat sheet
for us,
yes.
So
Didn't bring to the table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So every time they be like, every time they talk about money, we go to him like, hey, can you pull out that cheat sheet? I need to see how much 10,000 cost. And so,
Yes.
But yeah.
So 2,000 was what, like 54?
2,000 was 54 cents.
54 cents. Yes.
I know 10,000 was like $2.71.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yes.
it's just a big change. And so with that, how did that affect y'all being here, and when we went shopping? How was y'all's mindsets about that?
Well, with me, the biggest thing was just getting understanding, because it's different types of currency that I'm not used to, and they use a different type of system as far as the denominations of the currency. And so here it is, I got 50,000 shillings. And I'm thinking I'm a rich man. And they say, no, you're not, So that was one of the things, learning the system. And then also knowing how to go in and talk with the people of the villages as far as buying things and get an understanding of, what the prices are and trying to negotiate better prices.
Yeah, when you think about the 50,000 shillings, at first you think, man, this is whatever it is, it's too much. Then we begin to calculate, it's like, man, it's only $25 in American money, right? So it's not that bad. It translates fairly easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
and it's a deal. A lot of times you really getting the deal.
I was just about to ask you, could you give us a little bit more of your experience of being in the market? Like, while we've been over there twice since we've been here, So like what has your experience been while being over there and seeing the market?
It was, the market's wild. It's crazy. It's fun. It's everything you want is there in one way or another. And we bought fabrics. And
y'all was going crazy in the fabric store. Y'all almost bought the whole store.
We did. And the thing that really impressed me about being in the market, we were watching people, but people were watching us. They were paying attention. They were looking at you guys, young. And of course, they reminded me how old I was or how old they thought I was. They called me Papa. Hey, Papa. I'm like, but it was just great. It was just great to be there and to see a little bit of everything and everybody. And everybody's doing something. It just seems like everybody has a job, even if they're independent entrepreneurs. They're selling something. And I thought initially, when I was in Zimbabwe, I thought these guys really got their hustle on. But then I began to see it differently. I mean, if you don't work, you don't eat. So they have to get out and do it, because there's no system in this country that just gives you money to sit around and or gives you money to have children or whatever. Yeah, they just don't give it to you. You got to go out, and you got to go out and get it. You got to do it. And to see everybody doing something to make it happen, it was just wonderful. I go back thinking, you have no reason not to be an entrepreneur. You just don't. I mean, they're selling material, they're selling candy, they're selling, you name it.
Everything.
They're selling it at the market. Somebody's selling it. Trinkets. The guy's walking around with trinkets, and he wouldn't leave the van today.
Oh, yeah.
And finally we said thank you, and we had the cheat sheet for how to say thank you.
Yeah, cheat sheet for language too.
Yeah, and he left. He left, but everybody's doing something. Everybody's working. Everybody's trying to make it.
Okay.
So,
answer the question about how his experience at the market has been.
Oh, well, my experience with the market has been one in which going through and just seeing all the bright colors and the liveliness of the market, and just hearing the sights and sounds. These are things that you see in movies, and the smells also, and you just feel engulfed in it. And then you just feel like you just become one with it as far as being part of this system and walking through the market, and you actually getting to make exchanges with someone, and here we are in a foreign country, and they're doing their best trying to speak English to us. But then we have our translators that go in and say, okay, then this is what they're wanting to do, and for this and that. So we go ahead and negotiate everything.
There are visitors that you're not going to take advantage
of. Yes, that is exactly how our translators act. They are, and when we love them dearly.
Yes, we do.
So you guys, both of you guys worked in the church today, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let me get. I didn't go to the church. You see that I was building the house for the blind man. Let me hear something about that church. What was y'all doing?
Well, initially we thought we was gonna be doing painting, and that's the beautiful thing. I told one of the gentlemen, I was like, here it is. I'm thinking I'm about to do something leisurely, and here we are mixing cement. They had piles of cement, piles of sand, and they're going to get waters from the well and bringing it to us. And I'm over here helping to mix the cement. And I'm over here like, you know what? This is fascinating.
Not just mix the cement.
Yes.
With the shovel.
Oh yeah, the shovel in the hole. Yes. 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 Add the water. Yes.
So it's manual labor.
Yes.
We didn't have this machine that
did it for you.
No. And it was all separated, so you get to see the process. And that's one of the beautiful things about life. When you start seeing the process, you start trusting the process a lot more. The people, they feel comfortable with me. They're like, okay, then you're going to go out here and get the sand and bring it in the church in the wheelbarrow. And I'm over here trying to make sure I don't stumble or trip over anything. And they are watching me and videotaping me, for their own podcast that they have. And I just thank God, because one of the things is when you find yourself getting immersed in a culture, at first they looking at us like, okay, then are they really going to be able to work? Because in our minds, we thought we were just going to go in there and paint. Mm-hmm. But here we are, we rolled our sleeves up. You'll be amazed at the people. You all get to see the footage later of us going in there. And what is it they was using to flatten out the cement?
Wood, like a T, upside down T. And as we put in it was like an upside down T. I don't know the name for it, but as we put the cement down, they had to physically go and pat it down in place. And you should have seen
I saw some of the pats. They were patting it down and just moving and pat it, keep patting.
Yeah, and I saw it tonight, and I thought, man, we did that. Sometimes you start a project and you don't get to see it through. But I went there this evening, and I'm like, we did that. And why at 62 I need to come and start building churches and stuff? That doesn't make sense to me.
Man, so since we're already talking about the village and whatnot, like how has that impacted you all? Like, today we walked around and gave out goodies and we were able to give back. So like, how does that part impact you all, and like what is that going to like from what are you going to take from that back to America and that from the village? Like how you experience the village?
This is something I always dreamed of, growing up in North Tulsa, going to McLean, and coming from that environment. I always dream of going on mission trips and being and doing humanitarian efforts. And so the people, when they saw us, the translator had to tell the people, okay, can we have your permission to go and visit another home? Because the people didn't want us to leave. And so when you see that love that people are pouring on you, just hugging on you and just don't want to let your hands go, just thanking you, it just does something to your heart. And so you remember those stories. You remember those times when you go back into your job or back to your school, whatever, and you start reflecting on this, that you made an impact in a person's life, And so when you make an impact, you can't help but be blessed.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It was like experiencing God in human form. You walk up and they're excited to see you. They're inviting with their eyes, with their expressions. You're seeing God in the face of the people. You begin to hear God in the people's voice. They're celebrating you. They're thanking you. You really get to experience God. And that's what House to House, the village presentation did for me. It was experiencing God, really.
Okay.
All right. Well, so while we've been on this trip, y'all, both of y'all have been introducing me to new things, like the along with Trey as well, like the sugar canes, the pineapple, their pineapple and their watermelon. Like, can you explain to the people how different are their food and vegetables, and how their meals are made versus ours? Like, and like how does that not affect you, but like what are your thought processes when they do serve us food and whatnot?
Yeah, one of the things that stood out to me is that they do not use fertilizer. They don't use anything on the plants except for God gives them. And so with that being said, you get all the nutrients, you get all the vitamins in the plants, and you're not worrying about whether or not it's healthy for you, even though it's supposed to be fruits and vegetables. So that's been the biggest thing for me, them not using any fertilizer. And everything is, they're self-sufficient in the village. So everything is grown in the village and is brought to the table. You know, like they got the saying farm to table. That's literally what we were. We was out there on a farm and they bringing it to the table for us.
And there was no food they brought out that I didn't enjoy. Oh my God, the rice and the potatoes and the sweet potatoes and the fish and the liver and the
chicken
and it's just on and on. It was just wonderful and good company, good fellowship. It's just really good. And the pineapples were super sweet. I mean, we had sticky fingers, super sweet. The bananas, they're real bananas. I mean, I'm not sure what we get in Tulsa or in the rest of the world, but the fruit here, I say, tastes the way fruit's supposed to taste.
Well, we appreciate y'all being here and talking to us and coming on this trip with us. You know, you now, like Pastor Grace said, not only are y'all learning from us, but we are also learning from y'all. You know, y'all giving us experiences that y'all have already learned from being here. And also, like, I remember, like, Pastor Bell, you were giving me knowledge as we were riding through the city. You know, I was kind of dozing off in the back, and every time you would talk, I would wake back up and be like, okay, like that's interesting. I would never knew that if I was not getting this history lesson right now. And not only is that helpful to me, but it also is eye-opening because we, like I said, we are learning, and you know, we get to take that information back with us. And so we appreciate y'all, and hopefully y'all having a good time and enjoying it like we are. Like, man, I don't want to leave. And so I don't know like about y'all. Y'all might have to just leave me here, you know. No, I might be moving into the village. Y'all know. So, but yeah, man, we appreciate y'all coming on and being here with us. And so,
you guys have inspired me to do better.
Likewise.
Thank you. And so, but yeah, you know, that's gonna be the show. This is the Juice Radio Show. We appreciate y'all for coming out, tuning in, and visiting us here in Uganda at 3 a.m. You know, we tired. You know, we can't wait to get into bed. You know, we about to pass out and call it a night, y'all. And so, yeah, once again, thank you for being here. Make sure you check out the show every Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. on KBOB 89.9 FM, or you can watch us live on Facebook at KBOB 89.9 FM or the Juice Radio Show. Peace out, y'all, and this is the Juice Radio Show.
Hey man, you already know what time it is. Your boy DC Young Fly, man. You're not listening to the Juice at KBOB 89.9. You dig? Fuck you, man.